Wrestling fans, welcome to the Kraken SmackDown recap. We had a Friday Night SmackDown, and it was full of action from start to finish. We had a 45-minute segment that blew the roof off the building and set numbers for SmackDown within the opening minutes of the show. So we're going to hop right into it. Of course, as always, if you want to become part of the wrestling community, smack that plus and hit that bell. Become part of the community here. And as always, we are updating wrestling style content weekly, most of the time daily. So, of course, make sure the notifications are set on. With that being said, we're going to hop right into the action here. You have, of course, Roman Reigns coming out to the ring. They opened up SmackDown. Was not expecting Roman and the Bloodline to be out there first thing. Good thing they was, because I don't think the show would have made it through a mid-segment for the Bloodline, because Roman comes out, tries to get them to acknowledge him, and it does not happen. He was booed out of the stadium. He got so pissed, he told Paul, let's leave. Get the jet ready. Paul said, hold on, we got something we got to take care of. There's one more thing. The Rock. The Rock comes out, and he does Hollywood heel, Bloodline Rock style things. He calls the crowd this, calls the crowd that, calls them a bunch of crackhead, meth-smoking crybabies. He talked about his 22-inch arms that no one could handle, neither could Cody. He said that Cody had offered him a one-on-one, but he was going to counter that with a tag team match. The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth and Cody Rhodes, night one. With that being said, two stipulations to that match. If Cody wins, the Bloodline is barred from ringside. No interruptions from Bloodline at all. Great. Cody would have a better chance at winning. On the other side of that, if Cody Rhodes loses, and Seth lost, it would be a Bloodline rules match. Which means, as The Rock stated, he could pull up a chair, sit at ringside. Solo could sing the national anthem, and Jimmy could do a dance. Or Solo could hit him with a spike, Jimmy could hit him with a super kick, and The Rock could beat his brains in with a chair. So he gave him till next week in Dallas, Texas to make a decision. With that, I'm hoping to see a tag team match. They have pushed it and pushed it. Think it would be very nice to have it that way, and with a lot of people being injured going into WrestleMania season, it'd be a good filler for the night one card. And of course, Roman asked for The Rock to acknowledge him. I guess he felt as if The Rock had more momentum, more draw, and he needed to know where The Rock truly stood. He acknowledged The Rock. And for anybody that did watch the show, there's a yellow sign right there behind Jimmy's arm. It says DI. You can't see the rest of it. That's an E. And us viewers here at home, it got blurred out. The whole screen went black about 15 times through this segment. I know it's just a word that wrestling and the Fox and WWE probably don't want to be seen on national television, but we've seen worse and heard worse. But if you're going to do that, make sure you're not dead center of the camera. Anyway, follow that up with, we had a match between Tiffany Stratton and Naomi. It was cut kind of short. I think the Bloodline segment ran a little bit over tonight. We got to see some good athleticism from both Tiffany and Naomi. Tiffany Stratton ended up hitting Naomi with a poke to the eye and putting her in the turnbuckle, and then she hit the most beautiful moonsault and pinned 1, 2, 3. The crowd is behind Tiffany Stratton. She got up on the turnbuckle, did her wrist thing, and asked them what time it was, and they said it's Tiffy time. So Tiffany Stratton has gotten the push of a lifetime coming up from NXT. It's getting to the point where it's as big as the LA Knight movement. I mean, these new and upcoming wrestlers, won't say, of course, that LA Knight's new. He's been there for a while. But the people who have catchy catchphrases or sayings for what they do, who they are starting to take over. We got to see Bron Breakker again in action against Zion Quinn, I think his name was. He's another NXT superstar. They made this one really fast. He speared him one time and it was done. It was about a 15-second match. It was 3 seconds to pin him, probably 3 seconds to spear. Give it about a 10-second match. Bron Breakker was extremely dominant. One move and done. He still got the titles on NXT, the tag titles. So I don't know if they're just trying to give that time to blow over, or if they're going to move him and Corbin up to the main roster. Either way, let's see Bron Breakker get a real match. Let's see him get a huge push. Maybe a Gunther style match. Who knows? I would just like to see him get more than a 2-3 minute match. Give us a good 15er on SmackDown. But either way, I know it's debut season, going into Roadblock, Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania. A lot to go on with that. We seen the tag team match between Bayley and Dakota Kai versus Damage Control. As you can tell there, Dakota Kai turned on Bayley. Bayley went for the tag, and Dakota Kai jumped off the apron. When that happened, Bayley was like, okay, went after Dakota Kai. They all jumped. It was 4-on-1 attack, and it ended with basically a Damage Control moment. All standing over Bayley, showing her the title, and then backstage, Jade Cargill says hello to the women's champion. Now, is this foreshadowing for anything other than Bayley not winning the title? Who knows? It's going to be very great to see where this goes from here and what Jade Cargill's play is in this with Bayley and Damage Control. Of course, we've yet to see where she is going to sign Raw or SmackDown, but from the looks of things, Io is not happy either way about the situation. Then we got to see our street fight between Carlito and Santos Escobar. Of course, as you see, Rey Mysterio did make his return tonight. Great to see Rey back on SmackDown. His leg is what seemed to be healed. Carlito, of course, grew up in the hardcore aspects, and he used a trash can and a steel chair multiple times to an advantage. And then he done a version of a swinging neckbreaker. I can't really say what the move was called. I do apologize. Went for the pin, and the rest of Legado fell. Della Fantasma showed up, hit him with a big power bomb, went for the pin in the middle of the ring. He kicked out. They went to attack again after the LWO came out, and that's when the Rey Mysterio music hit. He came out on crutches, and I truly thought that he might still just be injured. I thought that was a ploy to try to give Carlito just a few moments to get back on his feet. No, was we wrong. He beat Angel and Berto all the way back down the ramp, which led to LWO hitting a beautiful spot here over the top turnbuckles onto Alberto and Angel Garza, leading into a Rey Mysterio 619, a big spine buster pin for the LWO as they lifted Rey Mysterio, who is officially back on the blue brand. Backstage, we did see a confrontation between Tyler Bates and Pete Dunne with Nick Aldis there. They're trying to get back into the tag team title picture. They're trying to make sure that they can get another chance. Nick was letting us know that, hey, we do have something planned, but we're going to let everybody know about it. And then he was interrupted. Well, not really interrupted. He more or less went and talked to LA Knight, who is in a mood. He's walking around with a chair trying to find AJ Styles. He was informed that AJ is not there. So this is going to continue to build what we figured we'd see at WrestleMania. AJ Styles versus LA Knight some way, some fashion. That led us to our main event. It was Randy Orton and Austin Theory. Now in this match, we did see Grayson Waller and Kevin Owens on commentary there. It was a great match between Orton and Austin Theory. We got to see Theory dumped onto the announce table. Grayson Waller jumped onto the announce table. If you can tell back there, Kevin Owens is having the time of his life watching this happen. We got the signature DDT off the middle rope by Randy Orton. Then we got the RKO out of nowhere, which led to the 1-2-3. Wiped his hands clean of Austin Theory. Grayson Waller would attack him after the match, which led to Kevin Owens, of course, coming into the ring and giving Austin Theory what might be one of the biggest stunner sales of the new stunner era, with Austin Theory's flop that he did. He flew about above the apron and the ring ropes. And then Grayson Waller introduced himself to the three most dangerous words in all of sports entertainment, a RKO. Of course, with that happening, we've seen a good handshake between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. So maybe some odd tag team match between them. Waller and Theory will be coming to you live next Friday on SmackDown. But with that being said, that is the Kraken SmackDown recap and report. Hope everyone had a fabulous Friday. I cannot wait to see where this leads us into the WrestleMania season. As always, wrestling fans, hope y'all have a great weekend, and we will see you all Monday for Monday Night Raw.